Hi, I'm Brian with Pioneer Builders. We have this new home for sale. Come join me on the tour. What we have on the outside is this open joint cladding. We have a two-car garage, which is extra deep on this side of the house. And then as you look up, you can see it's pretty clean, simple architecture. It is a drive-under house with the entrance on the bottom level. And then there's the main level and then bedrooms upstairs. As we come around to the other side of the house, now we have a single bay garage. And again, that's extra deep. Let's go inside and take a look. Coming into the entry, you can see we have plenty of natural light. We have a couple of windows. We have some glazing in the door. And then we have this light fixture. Now, as you come down, we'll go ahead and walk into the single bay and do a quick walkthrough. It's a pretty basic garage, but even so, it's nice to see how much storage that you can have available. We do have fully insulated garage doors, and this one is pre-wired for a motor. Now, as we come through, we'll pass through the entryway again. You can see that we have a tile floor, and I'll go ahead and let you walk through. Now, what we have in here is some of our services. This is a heat pump water heater, A.O. Smith. It can be set into heat pump only mode. It can be in a hybrid mode, which involves electrical resistance heating and the heat pump, or all electric resistance heating. So some different options there. The other thing we have is this Grundfos water recirculation pump. So even for the furthest fixture in the house, this can be circulating hot water through the house, and you won't have to wait to get water at the tap. Now, in this particular case, we do have the motor. It's a LiftMaster garage door, but I want to spend a little bit of time on the electrical side. Maybe not something you always see in a home tour. Of course, it's going to be the current code for when this was built, but we also have this square D. Keep it rolling, and but there was something I wanted to say. So here we have the current Here we have our electrical panel, our load center, and one thing that I want to point out is that we have this surge protector. And boy, if you've ever heard a horror story of where there's been a surge and it's fried people's appliances, this can help protect that. Then we also have a transfer switch. I'll show you that outside, what that's for. But basically, it's for a generator. So if we happen to lose power here in the Pacific Northwest, we can still energize the house. And then we also have a receptacle, so this is pre-wired for a car charger. Coming outside then, we can step around and see this is where our electrical meter is. And this is where we would plug in for that generator. If you cast your eyes up the hill a little, we'll show one more thing from the outside, and then we'll go back inside. This whole house is heated and cooled with mini splits. There is some supplemental heating in here, but that's going to keep you going. So that's VRF technology. These are Daikin units, and you'll see that on the inside. All right, let's get back inside. One thing to point out on my way up is we have a lot of lighting in this house, natural lighting. So even in the two stairwells, we have these lights. You can see up there, if you were going upstairs, there's also some lighting. So from the main level, this is kind of the living space. Bedrooms are upstairs. As we come in, you can see that there's a lot of room right here. We do furnish our houses for sale, but you could definitely have some kind of a sitting area. There's options when it comes to the furniture. As we come around, again, you can see a lot of natural light, but here is case inlet. So that's kind of an extension of the Puget Sound that comes around. And boy, on a sunny day, this house has quite the view. As we come around, we have a fireplace, and behind here we have it basically pre-plumbed and wired so that you could mount a television if that's what you wanted to do. This is the mini split that I mentioned earlier. essentially that's going to heat and cool the whole house. So the main level and the upstairs have air conditioning and heating, provided very energy efficiently. The basement has a little heating unit, which in the wintertime you might want to use, but in the summer, because of how the house is built, it's going to naturally be pretty tempered. Now in here, this is kind of the dining room, breakfast nook area, simple lighting over the top, and then of course, natural lighting that we have coming through to surround this area. Now in the kitchen, we have solid surface countertops. In this case, it's granite. We have stained cabinetry on the perimeter. You'll see knobs and pulls throughout. And then we have painted cabinetry on the island. Gives just a nice little contrast. We have our farmhouse single basin sink with a pull-down faucet. And then underneath here, we have a food disposal. This house is on city sewer. It's on a public water supply. And as we come around, we have a propane stove, of course, a nook for our refrigerator. We do have 42-inch uppers, and if you look, we've got crown molding that runs around the top in there. Now we'll be walking toward the other side of the house, but if you take a look, you'll see that we have solid hardwood floors. Now at this particular point, the floors haven't received their final sand and finish. We like to let it acclimate longer, and then right before a homeowner moves in, we get it sanded, we put a finish on it, and it looks just spectacular. As we come to this side of the house, we can see that we have a walk-in pantry. Again, we have natural lighting, and so there's extra storage space in there. Then we've got our powder room. And again, you'll see that every one of our bathrooms and the kitchen has solid surface countertops. We have low flow fixtures, which helps to save water. In the rear of the house now, you'll see one of our rooms that could easily be used for an office or something like that. Now, mind that we have some extra furniture in here, but here we wired it with a double duplex receptacle. So this would be a nice spot if we wanted to have a pocket office. Plenty of power as far as being able to plug in there. And then let's go ahead and come to the front of the house. It's a very similar room, similar setup. Here we have this little bump out, and again, that's the view of Case Inlet. Now let's head upstairs and I'll show you the bathroom and bedrooms. As we come upstairs, we'll see this is really the sleeping area, but there's enough room to do more than just sleeping. So pretty efficient floor plan. We have a central circulation area to get to each of the rooms. As we come in here, we'll see this is the bedroom on the front of the house. As you cast your eyes up, there's a vaulted ceiling, gives a nice feeling of volume. And this is how this particular bedroom is set up, but again, views of Case Inlet. As we rise in elevation, the views get that much better. And then we've got a bypass closet, pretty standard. Now as we come around, we'll go into the main bathroom. This would probably be the kids' bathroom. So in here, one thing that I'll point out is the exhaust fan. It has two settings for lighting. It has a relative humidity sensor, and of course it has a manual availability to be run. We've got our single lever faucets throughout. Really makes ease of use instead of having to do knobs. And we have the same thing with our actual doors. And then in here, we have a tub shower combo. Again, this is probably going to be a kid's bathroom. And so if you have kids, they may end up taking baths. Now we come to the back. And if you notice, it's a very stacked floor plan. So this is a very similar room in size to what was below. That was that rear room that had the double duplex receptacle. So as we come in here, again, vaulted ceiling, we have a hanging light, but there is one other thing that I want to show you and I'll explain. Here are the switches for our fresh air system in the house. So this is for an ERV. What this house comes equipped with is a Panasonic IntelliBalance 100 ERV. What it does, because we have a tight building envelope, is it controls how much outside air comes in so that we have nice air to breathe. At the same time, it also removes air from the house, because if you think about it, if you're in a room breathing in and out with no fresh air, eventually, for example, your carbon dioxide levels are going to increase. Now, what's cool about this unit is it has a little box inside that has those outgoing and incoming streams of air get really close to each other. They don't actually mingle, but they get really close, and heat energy can transfer, and so can moisture. So basically, it's an energy efficient way to help our lungs be healthier. Well, we save the best for last. We'll walk across the hall and go into the master bedroom. This is a huge, oh, I'll stop. Sorry, let me go in the laundry room first. Not the best for last. So tile floor, this ties into the flooring that we have done in the basement. We've got an electric dryer hookup, the duct that goes outside. We've got the connectors for your water, for the washer. So washer, dryer, and then we pre-plumbed so that somebody could have a sink in here and they could add in upper cabinets, things like that. Now, let's go into the master bedroom. So this stacks over the great room area below. So as you come in, you'll see a similar location that you could use for a seating area. We've got the same type of infrastructure in, so if you wanted to hang a television in and conceal your wiring, you'd be able to do that. And as you look up, you'll see a huge vaulted ceiling. We've got a hanging chandelier and plenty of lighting and that view of Case Inlet. This is where we've located the bed, but that's probably where you would do it. As we go into the master bathroom, you'll see a plank ceramic tile floor. We've got two vanities, double duplex receptacle between them, just makes a lot of sense, and then individual lights over each one of these vanities. Again, the single lever faucets. In here, we'll go ahead and let you walk through. We've got natural lighting, and then we also have one of those fans. This time, it has just the fan, nightlight, and LED feature in there. And then as we come around to here, you can see that we've got a walk-in shower with a glass surround, and then a nice linen closet for storage. One more room to show you. And this is the master closet. And in here, we've designed it to have an upper run and then an upper and lower run. So plenty of room for his and hers, or just one person that might have a lot of clothes. Well, that brings us to the end of our tour. There's a lot that goes into this. If you might have noticed, there's a lot of features cards on the walls. So if you end up walking through, you can read those. We also have a brochure that goes through a lot of the different features that we didn't even cover during this home tour. And there's also a nice handout that goes with it, a comfort delivery handout. Why is this home so comfortable? It gets more into the mechanical aspects of how we built this home and covers some of those things that you probably won't see. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tour, and we'll see you next time.